So in this dream, I was sitting on kind of a steep grassy hill that was facing out to an open sky, and there were a lot of people who were sitting on this grassy hill. I was with my father-in-law in this dream, but there were many other people who were sitting on this hill. It was at night, and we were looking out into the sky, like stargazing. And all of a sudden, I saw a comet, like a very bright comet, go from right to left in the sky in front of me. And I pointed it out to my father-in-law. And as we're looking at it flying across the sky to the left, I turn and look, and the moon is there. But there was another, I think what was another planet that was in front of the moon that was like eclipsing the moon. And so I saw it moving into an eclipse of the moon, and the other planet that was in front of the moon, I didn't see any detail of it. It was just a black circle. But it completely eclipsed the moon, and I remember it struck me because I had never seen a lunar eclipse like this that looked like a solar eclipse, you know, and like a total solar eclipse, how you have kind of the black circle in front of the sun, and then you have the ring of fire around it. So that's what this looked like, but I knew it was the moon, and it was like a ring of light that was around the black circle. And then it moved out from the other planet that was eclipsing, moved out from in front of the moon, and I saw both of them side by side, and they were obviously very similar in size. And then I looked to the right, and there was another planet in the sky, and it was the size of the moon. And when we saw these things, we got up and we started running towards this tunnel. It was like a underground tunnel, kind of like a tunnel that you might drive through in your car. And we ran into the tunnel, but it was kind of angled upward toward the sky. And at the end of the tunnel, there was nothing. It was just what I think is just like a drop off. But when we're running inside this tunnel and we're looking to the end of the tunnel, all we see is sky. And when we're running, we see this large white planet. It was huge, and it came and aligned perfectly with the end of the tunnel. And it was, like I said, really large, huge planet, and white. And it was like the moon, like it glowed like the moon. It was white like the moon. It had that glow about it. But it was different than the moon in that it was perfect. There were no craters or any like shadows on it. It was just shining almost like a pearl, like a perfect pearl in the sky. It was just like shining. And it was shining like, it was like a soft glow like the moon, but it was like shimmering like the sun. Like if you've ever seen like a close-up video of the sun, like a telescope video from, you know, like a big telescope, and they show you like all the movement of like the fire and stuff on the sun, it was like that. It was like shimmering kind of like that. But white and glowing like the moon. And the people that had run into this tunnel all started sitting down in small groups near the end of this tunnel. And I had an understanding that the groups that we were sitting in were the different groups for the different planets we would be getting on. Like, we're going to get onto a planet in this tunnel, like the planet aligns with the tunnel and then we get on. And then I woke up, and I was looking scripturally about, what is the significance of this? And one of the things that I remembered was, I wish I had the scripture in front of me, but how Jesus is the bright and morning star. And I believe the morning star is Venus, but I don't think that's what that scripture is saying. I think it's saying that he's going to be the first light in the darkness. So when things seem the darkest, he's going to be the first thing that shines. He's going to shine before the sun comes up again. He's going to be the one that gives us hope. And there were also a couple other scriptures which I will leave in the description box below. One talks about how the moon will shine like the sun, which is like what I saw. And also about how something that has to do with an end times prophecy about the righteous ones who are like the sun. But anyways, I'm going to leave those in the description box below. I just really wanted to record this quickly and put it out there. I did want to add, and I'll leave a link in the description as well, to another video of a dream that another sister had that was really similar to mine, where she saw like the comet moving, and also I believe she saw like the moon being eclipsed, and a few other details that were really similar to what I saw. So I'm going to leave that in the description, and then if you guys have any other interpretation, or if you've had similar dreams or visions, please write in the comments below. I always find it really encouraging to hear other people's stories of what the Lord is showing them, and maybe finding similarities as we put this puzzle together. But anyway, that's it for now. Love you all, and God bless you.